Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. On this video I'm going to attempt to show you my parking method. I have previously done a video like pointing how I do it, but I'm actually going to do some stitching and hopefully it'll make a bit more sense to you. A friend of mine on my Facebook page, which is called All Things Cross Stitch Royal Stitcher, she's took up this method as well with me, and we've been fiddling with a name for it. And because you go from left to right through the whole project, the whole width of the project, and when you get to the right edge, you then start again. You go back to the left and pick up your part threads and start again. And we was like, oh, this is basically like, she'd said, oh, this should be the typewriter method, because, you know, with a typewriter you go from left to right, and then the old-fashioned typewriter, you kind of press a thing and it goes to the left. So it's kind of like a typewriter, but that's already taken. I'm not sure how that typewriter method works. I think it's to do with you take a colour from your first corner and you work all the way down with it until you run out of the thread, and then you go back up to your next colour and the same again. I believe that is what the typewriter method is that people have been sharing. So yeah, typewriter method was out the window. And then this morning I woke up and Joyce, I believe her YouTube / FlossTube is Stitchy Dutchy or Dutchy Stitchy. I'll tag her in the description anyway. But yeah, I woke up this morning and she had commented on her childhood sweethearts Haid that she's doing this method on, and she's reached the right edge and she's going back to the left, and she's basically said royal rose, as in you row, you know. And my surname is Royal, so that's going to be the hashtag for this method. So hashtag Royal Row or Royal Rose. Not quite. We're still tweaking it. I think I've done hashtags as Royal Rose with an S on the end, ROWS. So yeah, let's stop waffling and get my needle. I'm using Pattern Keeper. This is how I know which thread is which and what colour it represents, etc. As you all know, I'm sure by now, I am stitching on John Enright's Deep Blue Sea, which is a Heaven and Earth design. It was a little freebie that was shared a few months ago now. So that is what I am stitching on. I'm going to switch hands. I'm going to guide it down with my left. Right, I've got this mounted a bit different, so this, I'm hoping this is just a one-shot take and I'll just post it straight away and it'll work. So if you're wobbling a little bit, I am sorry. Basically, people that are on my Facebook, they know I had a bit of an accident on Monday. I've sprained my ankle. It's quite a bad sprain. I honestly thought it was broken, but luckily had x-rays and it is not a break. It is just a very bad sprain. I've not been able to walk on it. I've not even been able to sit to do any stitching since. Yeah, it's very painful. I'm on crutches, which, no, I don't like them, but you know. So I've been laid up in bed trying to rest the ankle. So the reason that it's a bit wobbly camera wise is because I've got it mounted on my actual stand. So yeah, it's a little bit wobbly because I can't sit straight. Like I normally sit at in my kitchen. I had this all set up in my kitchen. I could sit on a normal desk chair, like a computer desk chair, and it was mounted on the kitchen table, so it was very stable, and you know, as I'm stitching it wouldn't wobble. But I can already see we've got a bit of wobblage, so I apologise now. I will do another video when I'm able to sit at the table again. So let's stop waffling on about randomness and let's talk about Royal Rose parking method. So basically, as you can see, I've already got a few parked in this 2-block column, and I'm stitching all of this colour within these 2 blocks. And then what will happen when I get down to the bottom of these 2 blocks is I will park here or here. The next 2 you can't quite see. Let me just zoom you out a little tiny bit. Oh, well, that'll do a bit because you can still see. So I'm going to stitch these 2 boxes here, these 2 blocks, the 10 by 10 blocks. I'm going to stitch these, and then I'm going to park down here. I'm not going to park over here. If it's not in these 2 boxes here, I'm going to end the thread, and what I'm going to do to end the thread, I'm going to end it over here. And the reason that I do this is because a lot of another thing that Joyce pointed out was it is basically you're ending up stitching in columns. So this is your column and these are your rows. By stitching all of the one colour within these 2 blocks, you end up with quite a bit of thread at the back from where you bring it down and whatnot, and then you're parking it over here, and then as you go back up to stitch again, you're stitching over at the back, you're stitching over the thread that you've come down here with. Normally when you do this full column, you can end up with lines. So like if you was to just do this whole column all the way down and then come back up and do the next one, you sometimes get like the line from where you have done that. Doing this method of parking down here, stitching all of it, parking it down here, and then finishing to the right, I find you don't get those lines, because when you're finishing to the right, that's then preventing your tension from just being all straight, because then you're stitching like over the back, you're stitching across some thread that's parked over here. So my accidental cutting my threads too short is ending up being a blessing in disguise, because the threads are so short. Say if I've got a lot of colour of that colour within these 2 boxes, I'm having to rethread like twice, maybe 3 times, depending on how many of that colour is in these 2 blocks. So I'm finishing like 2 lots of thread over here, and then parking obviously down here. So then when I come to do this bit, these 2, all the stitches within these 2 blocks covers what I've finished to the right, and I find that is what's preventing your parking method lines. You know, I'm sure if people that do cross stitch a lot will know exactly what I mean. That's the only way I can really describe it. So yeah, this method, I find it is good. As much as it is stitching the column, you are actually stitching rows as well, so it prevents those horrid lines when you've finished and you're like, oh, I can see where I just stitched that bit and then I went back and stitched the next bit, you know. So fingers crossed. I've not come across a problem with it yet, and I stitched my Amy Stewart using this method, and there's no lines. There is no weird fading where I've stitched just this one section and it looks really nice, so it appears to be working. So yeah, Royal Rose. Let's keep on with this stitch. My Facebook group is now private. When I started it up, it was public. Anybody could just join. Anybody could just see what was going on without joining. But now, after a few people had asked, it is now private. So if you're not a member, you can't see what's going on. So please request to join. I think I've only set up 2 questions, and it is literally just how long have you been stitching and what is your favourite thing to stitch on, i.e. Hades, Mirabilias, long dog samplers. Where's my scissors? My ankle is throbbing. I'm currently sat on my settee with my legs up, so I did used to stitch like this anyway, but my ankle is not liking me at all. I'm hoping to get this video where you do end up seeing me stitch all of it. I don't quite know why I started with that stitch, because I normally start with my bottom left threads. Let me zoom you back in. Oh, that's a bit too much. This video might not be the best, I'll warn you now. Let me just mark that bit off that I've just done. 2, and those ones as well. That's that. I don't know if my ankle's going to allow me to finish the video so you can see what I mean, but I'm hoping this makes a bit more sense than my previous video of just pointing at what I'm doing. Fingers crossed. If not, bear with me, because once I am back into the swing of things, sat in my usual comfy spot so that your camera doesn't wobble as well, I will do another video. I did a stitch with me. To be fair, my previous video, it's just a stitch with me. You might be able to just see on there how I'm doing it. I don't talk about it. I'm just waffling on and stitching away. I'm not sure if I finished a 2 block on that, but you'll be able to see roughly what I'm doing if you watch the previous one after this, or right now, whichever. You'll get the gist of what I mean. It's pretty self-explanatory, to be fair, you know. Stitch the 2 blocks. I don't like my hand being in the way. Let's switch back over. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, stitch the 2 blocks and park underneath. I'm being very strict with myself on parking, literally just in those 2 blocks underneath. With my Amy Stewart, I did kind of park wherever the colour was needed underneath. You know, it could be that, I don't know, it was 6 boxes down, because I'm not scared to lose thread. But I ended up with, as much as I'm having a lot of threads, I keep saying threads, yeah, threads, floss, you know, as much as I have a lot of it dangling, waiting and parked, you know, when I had it so that it was parked even more below the 2, it gets in the way. It's just easier to be strict and only park in those 2 boxes. While I've been laid up, I haven't been able to do any stitching, because I love to stitch with the big frame and the stand. I don't like to be holding it, because I'm a 2-handed stitcher. I like the freedom of just being able to stitch away without doing the one-handed or resting it on my arm, in the crook of my arm, and no, I'll stick with my stand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one, I think. So yeah, while I have been laid up, I have had some deliveries of cross-stitchy goodies. I'm planning on starting my first long dog sampler. I'm planning on doing the mystery one that's on Fox and Rabbit. It's called Changing Seasons, I believe. I've got all of the materials ready to start that, but again, I want it in a frame on the stand. I want to be able to see my whole design. I'm not sure how, oh no, that don't go there. I'm not sure how, like method wise, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it with my Royal Rose method, but we'll see. 1, 2, 1, 2. So yeah, that came from Lakeside Needlecraft. I requested, ironically, it was the Monday that I sprained my ankle. I requested a 75 centimetre by 75 centimetre Belfast linen. I believe it's mocha. So they did that for me, and then I ordered some threads as well. DMC Heather, I think it's 4505. I only ordered, what did I think I ordered 8, so 8 came, and I also ordered the Water Lilies Amethyst, and I was expecting the skein that came, I don't know why, but I thought it was going to be a bit bigger, a bit longer. So, and I was going to choose between the two of what I was going to stitch with. But because the Water Lilies, it wasn't actually a lot of fabric, a lot of floss. So I've changed my mind on whether I'm possibly going to stitch with that. I've decided to use the DMC Heather. So I went back onto Lakeside Needlecraft and I ordered another 16. I think it was only 16 they had in stock, so I basically bought them out of that DMC colour to do the long dog sampler. So that came yesterday, so I've got all my threads now. I could have got started, but obviously because of my ankle I just couldn't get round to it. But yeah, hopefully that should be enough thread of that colour to complete it. If not, I'm sure I'll be able to get some more. I'm sure Lakeside will get some more in, or I'll be able to get it from somewhere else. So yeah, that was one thing that came. Another thing that I'm super excited about, well actually no, hang on, another thing that I ordered was some Annie's Keepers. I haven't got any handy to show you, but yeah, just for another I'm still fiddling with storage method or project method for storing my flosses. So yeah, I've got 100 of those. They came as well. I haven't done anything with them yet. They're still in the packaging. I might wait for my next big design and use them for that, because at the minute I'm using the floss cards and I'm getting on okay with them. So yeah, they came as well. And then my exciting news for myself is I ordered a material pack from Heaven and Earth Designs. I ordered it back in February, I believe it was the 16th, and I received an email. Oh, when did I get the email? I think I got the email Wednesday. It is now Saturday. I received an email on Wednesday saying that it has been dispatched. It's on its way, people. I can't wait to receive that beautiful purple package, and I will guarantee I will be doing a FlossTube video of me, very excitable, opening it, unpacking it. I will show you all what you get for with the full material pack. The one that I ordered in the end was Mother of Dragon. I think it's Alexandra V. Back or something like that. You'll see when I end up doing the video of me unpacking it. I can't wait. I keep checking the tracking. It's not quite in my country yet. I'm in the UK, but sadly I started googling. I was like, oh, how long does it take for parcels to come from America or wherever it's come from? And it did say basically within a week. So I'm hoping it is within a week, because then that'll mean it'll be here next week. So fingers crossed it'll be here very, very soon. Oh, I've switched hands again. I'm in the way, aren't I? I'm ever so sorry. That's because I had to did a refloss. I think I did a refloss. So yeah, I am very excited for that. I can't wait. I can't wait to share with you guys unpacking it. I have not decided yet whether I'm going to start it straight away. We will see, because I am loving stitching this, so I'm tempted to get this done. Just carry on with this, persevere with this. Not persevere, because it's not persevering, because like I said, I am enjoying stitching this. So yeah, I'm thinking I might finish stitching this. Hopefully this year it'll get finished, especially if I get stitching every day, get this blasted ankle healed, and then get back in my normal comfy stitchy spot, get it stitched, get it finished, and then start my Mother of Dragon. We'll see. I keep being tempted by doing more than one, hence the whole long dog sampler. Oh, sorry, I just knocked you. Hence the whole long dog sampler and being ready. Right, so let me just cut that random conversation short. So this colour that I've just been stitching, there's no more left in these two boxes. So I go down to here on my pattern keeper and look to see if there is any of this colour there, and there is, and it is going to get parked 1, 2, 3, 4. And next time I need this colour is 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. So I'll park it right there, and I will mark that off on my pattern keeper. Park in the lower left. Mark the stitches off that I've stitched. That's them complete. And I don't know if you saw, a couple of times I have ended thread, and I've ended it over here. And what I tend to do is literally just end it a block over, because when I come to stitch these two blocks here, if it's not already been covered, say if it's the thread's ended here and I've gone over here to end it, you know, it could already be stitched over by some stitches in this box. But just to be on the safe side, because I'm not faffing about with trying to remember where this finish came from, I would rather just park it over here, and then when I come to stitch all of this, it will definitely get stitched over then, and then that's when I can pop them back to the back. As you can see, I've got a few little ones here from this previous two block. So once I've finished stitching all of this, these will go getting pushed back with my little snag nabbit. They'll get pushed down to the back of the project, and it's all stitched over. And again, I feel like that's what's preventing the lines. So yeah, you've seen roughly what I'm doing. So if I don't finish this box with you right now, you have hopefully got the gist of what I'm on with Royal Rose. And I basically finish all the parked threads first within my blocks. Oh no, gone the wrong way again. So this one goes here, stitch that one, come back down here, stitch that one, and I believe that's it for those two. Let's scroll up. Yep, it's parked down here again, and it's parked one, that's two, so it goes, oh yeah, there. So that one's parked, ready for when I come across my next row. Park lower left. Oh, it's parked in the right hand. Oh God. Let's try that again. More. Park lower left. Mark those 3 stitches off. That's that one. Done. Right. Now we've got the last parked thread in this two royal block. Oh dear, I'm sad, I know. Alright, so there's quite a bit of this one. Like I say, I'm going to try and get these two finished so that you can see what I'm doing the whole way. So that's that one. Also, within the block, I tend to try and go left to right as well. So even if I'm all the way over here with a stitch, I'll still come back to the left and right. I just find myself comfortable doing that. Again, I'm probably wasting a lot of thread. Right, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Because that 1, 2, there should be another stitch empty there. We may have an error, people. Oh dear. Alright. You might get to see another frog. Ooh. Right, so that's that first row. There should be 3. 1, but there's only 2. 2. Oh no, that's right. Silly Ali can't count. That's that one. Up. Oh, no, it won't be because I only just started stitching that box. Anyway, here we go. Another thing as well, if you do make an error, I find because you have literally got the 2 block, your thread's probably packed underneath, so it's easy to frog it. And if it's not packed underneath, it's probably finished over here. Yes, it might be stitched over and it might be take a little bit of fiddling to get it back out again. Oh, what's going on? Have you gone blurry? Oh no. But yeah, so that's another thing I find can be an advantage for the frogging, because you're not very far. The end of your thread is not very far from where the error is. But yeah. Where am I think I might have to end this video because I've got a feeling you might be a little bit blurry. And if you're not, I'm hoping that you're getting a little bit of understanding. Oh, what am I doing? Well, I don't always go left to right within the block. Interesting. I've been saying that I do left to right within the block. I'm sure that's how I used to do it, but for some reason I've just noticed that I've been going left to right. So we've gone left to right here, look. So that's that one. And then we've got these 3 here. So left to right. Left into the right. Left down into the right. And I thought that I had been coming like over here. But I know that there's a stitch there. So I haven't been going left to right within the blocks as well. Interesting. I'll have to amend what I've been telling people, I think. That one. To be fair, you can stitch it any old how within the block, because you're still covering any threads that are brought down, like travelled type thing. So yeah, so from the looks of what I've been doing, then I have been going left to right and then right to left. So is that continental? I think that might be continental stitch. You know, like the tent stitch, the continental way of it, which is maybe why I'm not getting any warping. I don't know. Anyway, as long as you stitch everything within the 2 blocks, it does the job. It's fine. I'm going to finish that thread because it's getting a bit small and I'm not fiddling about. I do think I'm going to finish this video now because my ankle is absolutely throbbing and I feel like I have explained it. What's that? Let me just mark off what I've done before I forget. That. I didn't. Oh, I should have just done one more stitch there. No, I can start there. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, I'm on painkillers as well, and I'm a bit reluctant to do stitching because I'm a bit scared that I might make mistakes in my dosed up brain. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna watch it back because I've got a feeling there is a bit of fuzziness going on, and I don't really want that uploading because it takes forever to upload in the first place. I don't want a poor copy. So I'm going to say ta-ta for now, and yeah, so there's my, well, it's not quite my because I didn't get to finish the block, but Royal Rose. So hashtag away, tag me, Royal Stitcher, or if it's Facebook, it's Alison Royal. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because I promise you my video quality is going to get better. It's only because I've sprained my ankle and I'm having to mount it on my stand. I hope you stick around because honestly, I will. I'm determined to get these videos perfect for you. So yeah, have a lovely day. Happy stitching. I love you all, but not as much as cross stitch.